Hello, hello. Welcome to the late night talk with Romantic Developer. And today we have more than a half of year, even if it's year long here. And what I'm doing right now, I'm just disconnecting my just to see if I can hear. Okay. Welcome So to the late night talk. I could hear myself in the chat, which means that we are good. I need to put somewhere my phone so I could see if you will write me something because sometimes my screen are all busy with um, some programs like Visual Studio Code, some others. So yeah, so welcome. I'm romantic developer. Why I'm romantic? I really tired discussing and I don't see any questions. So let's assume you agree with me. And developer, yeah, it's also true. I have more than 20 years of experience. And when I said experience, I mean experience which allow me to make money with software development. So it's commercial experience because many of us start writing something in schools, but maybe even some successful projects like some game from Elon Musk, which he sold to some magazine. No, it's not my case. I didn't make money with software development in school or even at university. Only on last semesters when I start combining my like education with work. So yeah, that's it. So I know a lot, and because current software development world evolves so much and so quick, I don't know much more than I know. And what we are doing during the stream, we trying to build something helpful, which can help me with my streams, and which can help maybe others as well. And doing some projects which came to my mind or in response to your comments or ideas. So if you are still here and if you are still listening, just drop a comment into the chat so we could discuss it together. And maybe if it's not in this stream, maybe in some other stream. So yeah, if you don't have any ideas, which most viewers actually do, then you can watch, uh, you can do something and listen to me, or you just can go to the next YouTube channel, maybe in your attempt to find something useful which will change your life, and so on and so on. If you do that, then I wish you good luck, Godspeed, and I really wish you more wisdom, more acceptance in your life, and of course that your journey would be successful and you will find what you're looking for, find purpose, find everything in your life and which will make you happy, because everything actually is about happiness. um, it's not so matter what we are doing. Eh, maybe it's matter, okay, let's see, it's so many layers, so many layers, like in really big and complex applications, so many layers. But the main layer, the most important layers are we, and it's a question if we are happy or not. We could be happy in our family, and then the work will be our joy, just to get some finance to come back to family and make them bring more joy into their life, more stability, food, clothes, and so on. If we are happy with what we are doing, and if by chance our work is very close to our hobbies or whatever, it's also a big joy. Um, I couldn't say my work is always my hobby or my joy. Surely I liked programming a lot in school, and I learned a lot about it because, yeah, I just go into this world. But in more than 20 years of your experience, not everything is so excited. Not everything is so, you feel uh, a big value in it or a big wisdom, a big help to others. But sometimes, you work with real customers and you develop some features and you understand why it's so important, why you need to develop them very fast. And those times you can sleep few hours a day just to develop something, just to bring something which could help people, sometimes which could save people. And yeah, it's a real big joy. So I really wish you all find those joy at least sometimes, but more, I wish you that inner self happiness, or at least inner self peace. Yes, and coziness of your heart. Okay, maybe we will discuss some news at the end of the stream if we will have time. Let's try to remember what we've done during last stream. Let me switch to something, to my Visual Studio Code, and we can open our YouTube AI helper, and we need to close something. Maybe we can make screen slightly bigger. I did some experiments yesterday. Okay, so that is a tool which we have on YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry, not on YouTube, on our, not here. Maybe it's here. Yes, which we have on our GitHub on that address. And it's called YouTube AI Helper. And it has right now two available options, or you install multiple tools and use some our scripts, batch script, just to execute all of these tools in your process, or you could use much more um, interesting and sophisticated tool which called local YouTube AI helper Python script, or which located here in local YouTube AI helper. Its description how to get it ready, I mean install it, set up, and what different modes it supports. Right now it supports more, but we still have to, yeah, bring our latest version to Git here. Right now we're developing it like locally, but even now it has like main entry point is main, and if you execute it, you will see all the parameters, like, and it will say that what it can do. It can download, transcribe, improve, assertive process prompts or full process, and also as separate step it could update YouTube, but also it could update YouTube if you specify it's during full process as well. So I executed like, let me bring command window here. So let's go to our projects, and let's go to our Romantic Developer and to our YouTube AI helper. We have virtual environment where we have the latest version of all libraries, Python libraries. So when we execute, we just say Python main py, and we say full process. And let's find, you know, interesting. We have many videos. It's my different channel. It's my Romantic Developer chat bot. Yes. And we are here right now. Let me stop the stream and we will look the chat. And yeah, for example, what our tool can do, if you just copy link, come here and say full process and insert that link, it's where the magic starts. It will load all the properties, uh, find the video. It's try to download video locally. Mm, it's trans. It will run FFmpeg to just receive OGG file, which is very small, to for processing it with custom transcription service, and which is really helpful if you have videos not in English or in English with some accents, and because it's do just great. YouTube internal transcription service for different languages work really bad. At least maybe it's slightly better than before, but sometimes it's just you don't have any control over it and it's do pretty bad. Okay, yeah, just checked. So it's sending something to Whisper API and then it received, it's preserve everything and then it tried to improve that received transcript just to make it more grammatic friendly, punctuation ready, etc. Because it's quite important if you look in different languages and you want automatic translation of your transcript. If it just word after word, sometimes sense could be completely different while it do automatic translation. But if it's sentences, if it's a whole sentence, it's very hard to translate wrong. It's much more reliable and people will not be tricked by you automatic translation and could be pretty satisfied looking at your videos. So it's also pretty important. And then it executes some prompts. Mm, I need Explorer. And let's just try to find, that video folder from here. And we just straight reveal in Explorer. Okay, videos. And it's, you see, it's the same video we are looking at the moment. So let's wait until it will be finished, the full process. So right now it's trying to improve the transcript. And again, I'm doing it with my videos and I'm already helped some of my friends to do the similar things with their video. Um, they use completely different strategies and prompts, but overall, so it's very could be very wide variety of the things. So let me explain you. So what it do right now, because we have some configuration, which is our default configuration, it just includes some prompts which what to do with the received transcript. Transcript is a text, so it's very easy to understand by any LLM, even your, let's say, local LLM, because you can run LLM for free using Ollama, for example, or other services. It's a lot of information about it here. We used mostly, as you see, ChatGPT, and in my configuration, in that configuration, I used ChatGPT, but through Azure deployments. So are we ended here? Romantic development description. Hello, hello. Looks like we completed that thing, but yeah. So initially we downloaded the full file of audio. Then we translated into OGG file, and you see it's just slightly less than 1.5 megabyte. Then we received original transcript and we improve it. So let's look at the improved transcript. We open something which called like that. And you see it's a transcript basically of what is talked, what people talking in those video with timestamps. Um, Also, we created more file. We created transcript in some format which is much more reliable for providing to LLMs. Also, we received transcript which are very, it's just text. It's take much less space. And you see, it's it just it just yeah, it's just text which really easy to read, easy to translate, by the way. And as a result, we said, please mm, generate some title which is good for that video. And it generated helping 2000 empathy walk again a global mission of hope and transformation. And let's check the Mr. Beast video title. He provided, I helped 2000 people walk again. Again, it didn't know about title. It just proposed the title using AI. So you see, I don't know what Mr. Beast using to think about title, but maybe he uses similar techniques. I don't know. Of course, in that particular case, his description is very full with all the links to different things, to his Facebook merch, etc., and some websites around probably which are very connected to the topic of that video. But in case we are not Mr. Beast, probably we want to get some better description which describe what people expect from our video, and that is what we've created. So we created some description which could be just inserted into YouTube, and it will give something which help YouTube to find your video and to show it to proper people. Yes. So it's again created some description. It's tried to catch your attention by some first string. It's summarize what you'll see in that video. It's create some proper video sections, so video titles, basically on which you can click and switch to the moment where you talk about something. Of course, in that video, I think it's too much titles, it's too much sections, but it just followed my instruction. I said every time we introduce new topic or we shift our subject, etc., please do that. Also, I suggested can do it very quickly. That's why it's you see switch context a lot. And also we generated something like keywords. Really? Okay, I see keywords for some reason at the very end. Okay, in that case, I don't know what's happened, but for keywords we received, let's say, quite a lot keywords, and I couldn't say that all of them are nice. Looks like some model breaking of that. But you see, even on that, yeah, I understand that it's a lot of keywords, but yeah, normally we generate them not much. So if I execute the same program once again, it will, or I could generate just process the same prompt on that folder once again. It will generate proper keywords. I think it's just some unexpected model behavior when it generates too many. But even from those, a lot of keywords you probably could choose just first, I don't know, first 300 characters, and it would be pretty good description. So it's what my application do. Also, it's allow you to just go and update YouTube video if it's your YouTube channel. In that case, it didn't try it because we haven't specified update YouTube video, but if we specified it, try to connect to the channel. If it doesn't have in our configuration token, it will try to authenticate us to YouTube channel, and then it say, okay, you have permissions or you don't have permissions. So it's pretty useful. It's pretty useful for every people who do work with video, or even if you don't work with video and you want just to summarize any video in internet or at YouTube or whenever, you could use that techniques. Of course, it's you use work pretty nice with YouTube videos, but I think it would be require a minimal code change to download any video from YouTube. So what we have as well, let's stop. Let's it would be another prompt. Let's go to our folder in both places. Um, and I'll say about what we are working right now, and we will execute it and start our whole stream on some technical target. And we don't have a lot of time right now, but it's okay. So main, and we have live transcriber. Oh, I'm sorry, we need write Python and live subscriber, and that's it. Really. Oh, because we haven't installed here. Yeah, it's not a library available for us in globally. So we need to enable our virtual environment, which we've created before. So let's execute live transcriber. And what it do while it's while it's starting, let's also activate another here. So it's use our Whisper, local Whisper, which is free, open source model, which transcribes the text. And what it's do, we running it locally, and it's basically listening to my microphone and translating and transcribing everything I'm talking right now. As you see on my screen, hopefully you could see it on my screen. Yes, you could see it on my screen. It's connected and transcribing. Sometimes it's dreaming. Yeah, it's one of the things we need to fix. When it's dreaming, when we do some pauses, it use some of the our prompt text we provided to it, so it know about about what we are talking about. And sometimes it's just put that prompt. Also, sometimes it says thank you when we just keep silent. Maybe if I just keep silent, it will start playing play thank you. But again, we implemented that yesterday, so of course it's maybe slightly buggy. We need to work on it more. So you see, for some reason it says thank you. I don't know why. Yeah, we need to work with maybe with ChatGPT mind to try to resolve those things. But anyway, what it's do, it's also going and create folder transcripts, and in that folder it's start that file transcript, and it just put in that file everything we are talking right now. GPD mind, chat GPT, not GPD. Okay. What else? Also we have another program which called live chat bot. But for that chatbot to know which chat it should serve, we need to copy our live stream ID. Oh, really? I'm sorry. I I normally execute only main, so live chatbot it's not something I execute all the time. So live chatbot is an example of so-called agent, AI agent. It's connected to our chat here, and it could respond to our chat messages and using its general knowledge, because if I'm not mistaken, we are using here in configuration, everything is configurable, everything. So in that case, it's have some context about my stream. It's written in file, but also it could get dynamically 5 last streams. If we don't have it locally, it will download them and transcribe, and then it will have it last 5 last streams. It have summaries of them, and also it have full context of previous stream. And because we added that yesterday, now it can access to the live chat as now. What I have missed in this current stream. Yeah, why I'm asking such an ugly way, because we still need to work slightly on function descriptions, because what AI agents mm, um, what yeah, so it's just summarize something, you see. And if you look here, it's understands that we get some message. It understands that what we our user, and that thing, that filter response means okay. It means that he decided to reply to that message. Why? Because it should skip messages which he not aware to help, or which not addressed to him. And then he said get current real-time stream content, and it's used for that a file. Yeah, we don't have that file name here, but it's use the same method which identify that file name, and it's transcript and our date and time when we started that, like it's our date and that our time, my local time when we started the transcript. So yeah, it's use the same function to receive the transcript. So, and as a result, it replied what we missed, and we really having discussion about the AI transcript using Whisper, chatbot interaction, and so on, because we executed it actually not from the beginning of the stream, but just recently. So it has, you see, only last less than 10 minutes of our discussion. So now, and also we have another nice live chat bot which could talk to us um, in real time. It uses real-time API, but yeah, it doesn't have access to our tools. We initially thinking of using it for real-time transcription, but then we switched for much more simplified solution, just with local whisper and getting information about, yeah, what we are talking right now. Um, okay. Ah, I'm about to, I don't know how to say it when someone need to bless me. So, yeah. Okay. So now we are prepared. If you have any questions, you can ask our chatbot. mm, what has been discussed on the last stream? Do you have full context? So if you ask question like what have been discussed, okay, with some mistakes on the last stream, it's try to get uh, okay, it's fetching the 5 last stream from YouTube, not the last one, but all 5 last stream. And because it's a lot, it just use summaries. And in reply, it says something generic. It says, in the last stream, Romantic developer discussed transition to morning talks, AI agent, live chatbots, real-time transcription. They explored technical challenges and innovative solution for what? Yeah, it's limited to 200 characters and to full for AI applications. For AI applications. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's what we received. Uh, you see, it's have have some news. What is the most important thing happened in the last 24 hours? Oh, I'm sorry. I asked that question from the chatbot itself. And what's going on? It just skip it because it not shouldn't reply its own questions, correct? Its own messages. If I ask the same question from my account, from okay, and why it's replied so fast? Because it's trying to get latest general news, but it's found it on the disk, and on the disk we are using a very simple approach. We're storing the news and the date because previous stream was very late, so the date is the same as today. Yeah, so it's just reused what we received yesterday. To have a really latest news, what we need to do, we can wait for an hour, or we can go to the news and just find the news for January 13th, remove them, and ask the same question again. So if you ask the same question again, what is the most important thing happened in the last 24 hours? You see, this time, okay, skip message. Really? Why you decided so? Maybe because it's already responded to us. What's the most important thing in AI happened? Let's ask question about AI. Let's see if it decide to skip it. So it didn't find a local file marked January 13th. So it's tried to get user API to find some news. And then it tried to use Word News API to extract some text from something. But Washington Post not a good choice. Washington Post doesn't return news content, and it's just skip it because it couldn't find something. Okay, and let's see what it replied, and said Amazon aims to integrate generative AI into Alexa and hasten its capabilities. Also, CES showcased significant advancement in AI and robotics. More details in the news articles. Let's ask it, please don't start your messages with you. It's happened because the way how we store our messages, we store that like when it's said um, something to it's how we preserve history of our communication, just to identify that it bot. I said you, and then his message, and after some time, whenever it's try to generate message from itself, it's adding you because it's in the history. It's okay. I need to teach from history, and yeah, use it. Probably we need to change slightly script or prompt to fix that issue. But let's see on our live content, and what we see that we have a lot of I'm romantic developer. Why we have it a lot? Because when we have some silence, it sometimes inserts in that thing. So let's go to our, maybe I need to move that. It's one of my exercise to implement our program as a web client application. in web with Dockers, etc. I also study the technology which I'm not aware of, and but it doesn't have as full functionality as this guy. So yeah, I probably stick to that application. So for now, oh, again, I miss them. Okay, now. Okay, so let's see what we have for us. Live chat bot transcriber. And it's small application. We just preserve into the file everything we're talking. We could try to ask a question, I mean the same question to several agents, correct? So let's just remove something, and it's our class. And let's say, hey, I have a file, like class file which transcribe everything I said with local whisper and preserve it into text file. I am doing the stream. This text file later is used by live chat bot to reply questions in chat. But I noticed strange things when I keep silent. Transcriber start to write words like thanks or thank you. Also, quite a lot it will output the prompt text. Let's go to Visual Studio to our transcripts and really see on the text. Yeah. Okay. Text like, can you help with fixing this problem? What are the possible solutions? Okay, my current code is, I don't think we need to write that it's Python. I believe it's very understandable. So we wrote a prompt, good or bad, it doesn't matter. Let's see how that prompt works with different models. Yeah, it's something I need to, yeah, integrate Bootstrap to my latest model. Okay, so we have O1 Pro, we have O1, and we have GPT-4o. Let's ask from GPT-4o to O1 and to O1 Pro, because I I have an answer, but I'm still looking on the difference between models. And for O, okay, it has nice nice thing. Uh, it has access to latest knowledge with tools, probably, yes, with plugins, tools, whatever. So it can search internet for the latest information and integrate it into its context. So when it provides responses, sometimes it's more valuable than such heavy models like O1 or like O1 Pro. By the way, it's still fixing. So let's compare all the results. What we can see from for OR. So it's okay, yeah, it's very understandable that how it handles noise or silence. And if there are no significant audio, it could use initial prompt on noise patterns, laid into surprise spurious output like thanks. Here are possible solutions: silent detection. Problem: the model attempt to transcribe even when there is no speech. Solution: use silence detection mechanism to prevent transcription of silent or low volume segments. Integrate silence detection using the energy threshold. Is silent audio chunk and NP. What is NP? And if it's not silent, then we transcribe and then we write. Dynamic prompt adjustments. Initial prompt influence whisper output excessively. Reduce or avoid repeating prompts in every transcription call. You can use the prompt key sparingly and only in specific cases at the start of the stream. Really? Will but model will forget about it because we use it every time. Maintain context if required. Accumulate context if desired. But it's very, I mean, it's very small context size. It's, oh, come on. Noise filtering. Let's see. Background noise or low-level harms are being transcribed. Apply high-pass filter to pre-process the audio and reduce noise implementation. Spicy signal. Some libraries I never heard of, but it has butter high pass filter, and audio callback. We do high pass filter, and high pass filter do here butter high pass, and butter high pass do something with butter. Cutoff 100. Maybe we could ask to explain, but yeah, it's probably doing something good, doing some noise cancellation for us. Post-processing for prompts problem. I hope my headphones not use the same noise cancellation as this because they said AI noise cancellation. It's not AI. Oh, come on. Post-processing for prompts. Prompts text is repeatedly added to the transcription. Filter output matching the initial prompt. If I am romantic developer stocking, if text and text not equals prompt text with open to prompt text. Shorter buffer for real-time responsiveness, like 2-3 seconds, and summary is adjustments. Okay, let's see what O1 said. It's think not a lot, just 13 seconds. That's why I like it more than O1 Pro, which sometimes think a really long time. And sometimes it think very long time and provide you no response. In that case, it was just 1 minute, but believe me, sometimes it's 10 minutes and no response. Okay, you use voice activity detector. What? Instead of continuously feeding whisper all audio, including silence, you can apply a voice activity detector to determine when actual speech is present. Okay, common Python, what libraries those? Typical flow might be record audio in small chunks. For each chunk, run what if it indicates speech, accumulate to it in a buffer. If you got a second or two of speech, or if speech ends, send the buffer to Whisper for transcription. Clear buffer after transcribing. Only you see actual speech segments and not silence or background noise. And just Whisper parameters. Whisper has several parameters. Okay, no speech threshold. Yeah, tells Whisper to consider whether there is speech or not in an audio chunk. If you increase this threshold, Whisper is more likely to produce no speech. Logprop thresholds. If set, any text that below the log probability will be discarded. Temperature can reduce creative hallucination. However, too low can sometimes degrade date recognition performance, so you may need to experiment. You can try adding them as keyword argument to model transcribe. No speech threshold, log probability threshold. Okay. Remove or shorten initial prompts after first use. Okay. Possible approach. Use prompt false. I like it more because we don't accumulate it. It's really small for Whisper. It's maybe, I don't remember, it's like 288, 228 tokens or so. So it's really not much. It's just maybe 90 words or maybe 80 words, something like that. Amplitude energy based gating, another quick and dirty way is check energy of the audio before transcribing. The audio is mostly silent, skip, discard chunk, don't call model transcribe. It's something GPT for or transcribe larger windows, but less frequently. By feeding smaller 5-second chunks, you occasionally get partial hallucinated text for short pockets of background noise. You could collect longer, 15 seconds. This is sometimes reduce false positive. Okay. Consider a different model size or type. If you're using CPU only, you could smaller, faster engines like Faster Whisper or Whisper CPP with what built in. Really interesting. Putting it all together, robust solution typically combines what plus possibly adjusting those thresholds. And I believe it would be the very similar response from Pro model, which you couldn't use without, yeah, proper subscriptions. But let's see. Okay, or repeat part. Add your own silence low volume detection. Again, it's sent say please implement something like dirty solution is silent. So O1 call it the same solution. It's called quick and dirty. Okay. Adjust whisper what and silence thresholds. So of course, again, adjusting thresholds, no speech threshold. Temperature and log probability. Okay, remove or minimize initial prompt. Okay. Avoid carrying over the context across chunks from the previous chunk unless you disable it. If you let it accumulate context from early segments, it may keep referencing them, leading to repeated prompt text. Actually, I like it, but yeah, probably we just then could use prompt only on the first. Whisper model, medium. Okay, medium will not work because my computer is not super powerful. Example, hybrid code change. Bottom line. So what is one of the approaches here? Surely, what is one of the approaches? Also, they provide something like long-hair transcribe. So let's see here. Let's use prompt. So we're still here. Oh, it's long, long, long. So let's go and fix our live transcriber. Maybe even here. Um, and then we set use prompt false. And then where we are. Initial prompt if else none. Okay. So other things here is larger windows. Shorter buffer. It says shorter, it says larger. You see? Okay. Noise filtering, dynamic volume adjustments, silence threshold. Let's make a really dirty solution. Something like that. And where is our code? Here. So it's silent. Yeah. I'm sorry. And then here, maybe let's see here, result before if skip trans. Okay. Let's see the dirty solution here. Okay, let's from ChatGPT. If not silent buffer, it's for the whole buffer. Audio chunk, audio chunk, buffer. It's for, so it's different approaches here. So basically we just transcribe not complete silence, but we will add silent blocks into the into the buffer like always. If not silent, do that, write that, maybe like that, and clear the buffer if it's you want to continuous text or continuous context. No, we don't want. So if it's silent, if not silent, we do that, and anyway we clean it. Okay. And let's look at the threshold options here. It should be somewhere here. No speech. Let's come here and use those options. Okay, how to test? We just we just interrupt that, and then we execute it once again. It should pick up the same the same file. You see 2238, even if it's not now 2238, but it should pick up the same file and start or recording into that file everything we speak of now, as of now, but which fall under our fall under our yeah, recognition pattern. Do we output something here? If text, yeah, we print use prompt false, else none. Okay. So right now it looks like that we are not producing any live content. Let's scroll to the very end. Okay, let's come here and use politics. Hello, hello, hello. So looks like we broke something, correct? Let's remove those thresholds. And what we do, we just see if it will fix the thing. Maybe our silence is good. So it initialize whisper, it start our transcription. It still should use about 5-second sample rate. So 5 seconds of audio. And let's see if it will do that. Because basically we are talking right now. It shouldn't say it's silence. It shouldn't say it's silence. Hello, hello, hello. Is silent. Is silent, it means true when it's that thing is smaller than silence threshold. Really, really, really interesting. Let's just print here. Let's just print that mean and see what it's doing. So it should pick up the same file because it's less than 1 hour last updated. It's our strategy when we pick up in some file. So it's a mean is 0003, 0006, and what 004. So most probably in that case, we just need to change it. Let's keep silent. Yeah. Should work. So yeah, some parameter you see which doesn't work as expected. So let's see now if it will work. And welcome. Let's see if it will add what we need. Okay. What we need. What we need. Okay, nice. So maybe when we say only one word, like word, yeah, looks like it will not work. Maybe let's wait and say only one word, like one. 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 Hmm. So I think in our case, we need to do something like that. Let's just not do that. And we don't use it as well. Let's use that and see if it will work again. Really? Why it says that you missed something? Okay, for some reason it decided to do something. Okay, let's see. Now it looks pretty well, and let's just keep silent. One, two, haha. Not by far. Okay, it's talking to me. Okay, let's really do that smaller. Again, initial prompt. If use prompt and we said immediately false, probably we need to say it here. Yeah, because otherwise it doesn't have sense. Okay. Mm, come on. What is that? One, two, three, four, 5. 3, 2, 1, go. I haven't said that. Okay. Still, no, not very bad, but maybe, I mean, for implementing really cool solutions which could run locally, and we need to really implement that WAD, what they proposed, which, oh, not W, VIAD, so voice auto detection. Uh, Maybe we can use even different model like Whisper CPP or smaller Whisper, or what they call it. Yeah, it's doing. I probably press something, so it's, yeah. But okay, not so bad, not so bad, and most probably because we fixed that error when we actually not um, applying prompt on the first time, but all the time. Maybe we will not see the prompt. I'm romantic developer. I'm doing live stream coming and coming again and again. At least it's not what we going to see here now. If you will look here, yeah, it's one of our latest Cynics. So looks good. So if you will ask the chat something like what what I had been discussed in the not last, what I missed in the current stream. Maybe it's send something like we waiting for. What I missed in this current stream. Let's look on the live chat bot. What it do? Oh, quota? No, come on. What do you mean quota? Okay. Looks like it's go to some loop. Yeah, but why we try to execute it all the time? Let's reconnect the chatbot and let's ask the same question once again. Error find inactive stream? Really? Oh, it's quota for my quota for connecting to live chats. Interesting. Quota exceeded. I see. So it's not, okay, for some reason I thought it's for when requesting can complete because you have exceeded your quota. But we ask only like once in 5 seconds the stream messages, new stream messages. Interesting. Didn't think that quota is so small. So if we go here or here, it would be our some clients, client secret. It's not something we need to show everyone. And we have probably, let's see, overview users, one, traffic. We have YouTube helper. It's the project we used. We have 7 days, 3 hours. View current per day token grant rate limited. So no, we completed that. It's not what we look for. We're looking for API and services, and probably we can look for YouTube. YouTube, correct? YouTube data API. It's enabled. Manage. Okay. It says it's enabled. Quota system and limits. And it says that queries per day 10,000 queries per minute, okay. Queries per minute per user, okay. Really? Why we, how it's possible that we get our quotas over that? YouTube helper, my first project or API project. Maybe it's API project. YouTube data, let's see. Quotas enabled. No, it's still zero. All quota, current usage. View quota. No, no, no. Google, hello. What are you doing to me? Okay, let's verify my first project, but it's not something I used. Yeah, I don't use a lot of projects on YouTube actually, or on Google Cloud. YouTube data. Manage API quota system 0. Maybe it shouldn't be 0. Get alerted if quota close. Show usage chart, queries per day. Basically, we should see something. We should see something because we are using it. API library. I don't think it's API quota exceeded. Something else. But how to see? So live chatbot. Okay. We get failed to retrieve channel ID when requesting Google returns the request because you exceeded your quota. For that, probably we need to go to Google Developer Console because we have different login here. And it's a Romantic Developer Stream, Romantic Developer Channel. Maybe I use that. Maybe I use that. Okay. Yeah, looks like I've used that. Oh, it's something. It's something. And point. Okay. And point. And what we see here, caption service delete list data live chat errors. Okay. Latency. Where is about quotas? It's enabled. Let's look in 1 hour. Methods. Okay. YouTube endpoint. Okay. Errors. They started here. And it's our request 200 and then it's 403. It all makes sense. Okay. Quotas. Queries per day? Really? Mm. 99 queries per day. Nice thing that we only 30 minutes away from. Can we see that maybe not custom, very custom, and from 13:00 a.m. apply. No, it didn't show just by day. Just by day. Interesting. Why? Because sorry, because it shouldn't request as many requests. Is it something I shared with someone and someone use it? Is it possible? YouTube, broadcast live, credentials. Okay. So errors, overall latency, methods, data captions insert. 30 request in how many days? In 30 days. Let's look 12 out 1 day. 1 day. So one request for caption insert. Okay. So it's probably all YouTube endpoint. Okay. And we have overall latency here and here. So it's traffic by response code, a live chat service list. 2000 request. 2000 request. Yeah, we requesting our live chat messages for sure. Let's look at our code. Okay, I'm just looking looking at how live transcript. And we have our live chat bot, and live chat bot is very simple. It just says run both loop, and here it says fetch live messages, and then it sleep for 5 seconds. So 5 seconds. In 1 minute, it will do 12 requests. In 100 minutes, it will do 100, 1200 requests, basically, 1200 requests. And sometimes it could reply, but it's replying not a lot. What it's where we could receive 10,000 requests. Overall latency traffic by API method, maybe. Okay. Traffic overall latency errors by latency. Traffic by API methods. Live chat messages. List. So YouTube live chat message list. We just used YouTube updater fetch live chat messages. And what it's do, service live chat messages list, live chat snippet page token, response item gets next token, and that's it. Okay, maybe we could increase the. Okay, maybe I did some mistake here. Let's ask ChatGPT. Um, when I ask Python code to how exactly seconds it sleeps, I always I so you see it's seconds, it's not milliseconds, because in .NET, for example, if you specify something sleep, it will be in milliseconds by default. So yeah, making seconds probably will help. But also my current limit, is it possible to increase it? Set up quota and system limit alerts value. Edit quota. apply here for higher quota, about your business, your API clients, your API client access to and usage of services. Continue filling form if you receiving addition, requesting additional API quota for your API client or general compliance audit for your API client. They're completing periodic audit. Fill out a different form in case you've been audited in the last 12 months. I've completed compliance audit. Ways that you can apply for additional quota extension using this form. Appeal. What is this form? Audit and quota extension form. Why it's so complex? Why it's so complex? Current value, enter a new quota value for value apply. So if you will enter like 15,000, it will not allow me. Oh, really? Okay. So what else we can do? It's our application. We use the same application everywhere for Automatic Developer Channel. Um, Maybe we could divide it between several chatbots. I still don't understand the 10,000, I still don't understand. Maybe it's a part of the request, it's do something more, but it's then not nice. So 10,000, and if we multiply it to every 5 seconds, and then we divide it to minutes and divide it to hours. Normally, we should stream about 14 hours with current rate of message retrieval to be able to do that. Of course, we hit some errors and it's start, hey, have error. But why will hit it in the first place? Why will hit in the first place? Yeah, it will hit the same issue because it still haven't passed a day. Our limit is still not reset. Okay, so quote exit. Of course, we could request it. It would be, but yeah, I believe first of all we need to make our application. Yeah, make our application not draft because right now I believe that Romantic Developer Channel, the whole thing is. Do we have something like contents, consent screen or whatever? It's still on us. It still have in testing. Maybe that's why we have so small quota. Hours rate limits. 1 day, 5 minutes. We have about token 2. We don't have users. Oh, we don't have anything. Maybe it's because we haven't published that application yet. I because even to make chatbots, it just for a few hours and it's up. No, it's too much. I'd say. Okay. So hopefully, let's look on our transcript. Hopefully, if you go to very end, in the transcript. Now we don't see thank you. Now we don't see anything like hello, hello, or I am romantic developer, or I am doing my live stream. The only thing that we see here is sometimes some unpredictable characters. Live transcribe, we provide language English for sure, and we just remove everything except no speech threshold, and that we trying to understand if it's silence or not, and we set ultra low value for silence threshold. So basically it's all the same code, and we use small model here because middle already not as fast on my computer as it could be. So yeah, let's try tomorrow to test it once again. Our quota would be reset. I believe it's because we have unpublished application. It's a quota just for development. It was sufficient for us before, but because yesterday was a long stream for 2 hours, and it was basically today, and today we have another long stream. Yeah, maybe we reach it. So let's stop that magical things. And yeah, and I think on that I'll be wishing you a very good time, and never stop with your journeys, investigations, adventures. But at the same time, everywhere, everything outside could be in a very unstable form, like adventurous form, not sitting home form, uh, completely changing form, like at my work sometimes. But inside you, it should be silence, it should be very restful, very cozy environment, very with a lot of acceptance, with a lot of like a full sea of love and full ocean of acceptance. Uh, I don't know, universe of coziness, and you're ready to spread that around you to your loved ones, to your family, because it's very important to keep yourself in very silent, cozy, and lovely form from inside. And then everything outside would be much, much, much simpler. So, with that, I'm wishing you again a good time and see you later whenever you are ready. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye. Oh, and I haven't